There is nothing more demoralizing on this planet than having other people talk down on what you value and what you want to accomplish. It's not when we are faced with loss or the times we went through failures. Those things, they're a lot easier to recover from. But when people feel the need to tell you that what you are doing is wrong, it's the punch that truly knocks the teeth out of your mouth. Many people grow up with parents that want to keep you safe, and they're at relative unease when you tell them that you want to go try some new things or a new venture. It's like a sense of uncomfortability when you want to go out and try something to get the most out of your life. That comes from a standpoint that us young people really need to be aware of. And I'm very grateful for having parents that respect me for going out there and doing what feels right for me. But the situation in our society is that most children, boys and girls, they're influenced by the rational need that the teachers and the parents have to keep you on the right track. However, you and I are different. You and I obtain and practice our worldview from the stuff we see digitally. Of course, there are exceptions to the people that prioritize family, spirituality, and religion for their worldviews, but us young people have a worldview that aligns with the people we see regularly on Instagram and YouTube. And that's something that our adults and the people that make these policies, the people that research mental health, they don't have that same perspective. I'm going to describe a situation that most of my peers are in. You may be in this situation, you may not be. Your parents tell you, get good grades, get a job, start working towards your future. And sure, who am I to tell you that that's not good advice? Who am I to tell you that you shouldn't follow that? But there is something further beneath you that most of our parents, and maybe you included, have not come to realize. Close your eyes and ask yourself, do I have parents that when I told them I wanted to start playing sports, they would be scared of me getting hurt? If I told them that I wanted to start a business, would they sit there and tell me that entrepreneurship is risky? The majority of us grow up with people that overall they want us to have a safe and secure path in our life. What they don't realize is that every time that they discourage certain views that we hold or things that we want to accomplish, it's painful. It's really, really painful. And if you grew up in that situation where your parents never wanted you to get hurt, you'll have a much harder time going throughout your life dealing with stress and pain as an adult. The other day, my sister announced that she tried some energy drinks that a friend of hers brought to school. And she came to the conclusion that she didn't really like those energy drinks. It wasn't something that she enjoyed. Could have been the taste or could have been the feeling that she got in her mouth. My mom immediately stated that those energy drinks, they're unhealthy. You shouldn't be drinking those. It's super bad for you. But I had a different approach to this. Who the hell is cutting grass? It's Thursday. I don't even know. My mom came from the standpoint that she needs to push away all the fucking advertisement. My mom came from the standpoint that as a mother, she needs to push away all the bad things that influence my sister. But I approach everything in life with acceptance for what it is and what had happened. She's walked around stores and she's been around people who also consume energy drinks. And she finally got a real experience with one. I say, well, she tried it, and now that she had her experience with that energy drink, now she knows that she does not like them. Mom, I get that you want the best for her, but you should also understand that experience is the best teacher. And now you don't have to worry about her getting health problems from energy drinks. Isn't that amazing that she was able to come to her own conclusion about it? You should encourage that. That acceptance that instead of coming from me, came from my mom, would have been so much more warming for my sister to hear. This is why so many teenagers feel the need to hide what they're doing from their parents. Likely because they're scared that they're not living up to be the person that their parents want them to be. The child who grows up in a household that is supportive and accepts what each other wants to accomplish is much more likely to flourish in life. If you bring down others, you have no identity. Ooh, this is gonna be fun. The other day, Ye came out with that song Cousins, where he opened up about An experience that has affected his life since he was a child. And me, I come from the standpoint that I accept everything. We're all humans who breathe and eat. And would also be confused if we saw the stuff that Ye saw when he was 5 years old. Jay-Z said, "But you can't heal what you never reveal." And if Ye took his past life with him to the grave, like everyone else is told to or accustomed to, he would have never started the process of recovering from his past. Then you go on to see people's reaction to this information. Nah, this nigga gay. I can't fuck with that, bro. No way, this guy just admitted to that. Why would he say that? Yo, does the hat hit? That's so weird. Why would you ever tell us this? Yay, bro, you've lost it. The biggest problem that we face today is that everyone rejects and is confused by each other. We need to go beyond the mindset where we think about what is good and what is bad and we just accept everything. This is why I know LGBT people, they're not mentally ill. I accept them because there's no room in my heart to hate anyone who is also human. This is why I think art is beautiful and should be protected, regardless of its intentions. A human was still behind the creation. What did Ye say in that one song? Thou shalt love thy neighbor, not divide. Anyone who speaks from the standpoint of hate towards the views of other people, they're doing more damage to themselves than the people they're trying to hurt. Hate speech is not exclaiming that you love a certain Austrian painter. Hate speech is disrespecting other people for living to their values and being the realest person that they can be. The feminist who yells at certain men for having different values to her is bringing more hate to the world than they realize. Society would objectively be better. Let's talk about what it is. Society would be objectively better if feminists came from the standpoint of acceptance. Just because this person holds different values from me does not warrant the need for me to hold any hate for them in my heart. When we look beyond left and right, Democrat, Republican, liberal, conservative, I don't like these words, bro. I'm too dumb to use these words. When we throw all those words out the window, all the sides out the window, all the groups out the window, we reach the point where we no longer have hate in our heart, our minds, our soul. Everyone watching this, I urge you to begin accepting everything and liberate yourself from hatred towards a certain side. Accept your family. Accept everyone in this world. Because when you start accepting, you can create your own resolution. With that being said, my name is Brian D, and I live with a burning passion to liberate everyone, and especially teenagers like me, from an unfulfilled life. Click subscribe to follow this journey and catch up with me on my other socials to promote this message. Follow God, follow your values, and always stay true to yourself.